Okay.
very short notice.
Hooray!
So we got Phoenix versus
And
Crab.
Crab. Cool.
So where's the stream?
Just talk. We are being recorded here.
So I'll do all the usual stuff by advertising the stream and whatnot if you guys just want to go ahead and talk about the match. Looks like it just started.
Yeah, we got a turn one double KO envoy for the Crab player versus an Ethereal Dreamer and Uono with 2 Fate. Crab has just dropped down to a skirmisher. It's going to bow out that Ethereal Dreamer. Attacking at the City of the Rich Frog. All appears to be all that has happened so far. Both players have bid 5. Fairly standard start.
So I'm just having a look at the decks here. So we've got Phoenix seems to be running pretty standard Charge Bird.
Yep.
And is running quite an interesting looking good old Phoenix Splash Crab deck. Running. They're both running Janaka. How nice.
Wait, is this the City on the Clouds crab deck?
It is.
It's England's.
Oh, yeah, it is City in the Clouds. Yep.
Oh, I've been wanting to see this deck actually for a long while.
Yeah, this is the deck that he lost to last round. Paddy lost to. Yeah.
Hi guys, where's the stream and the deck lists?
Deck list just grab up on Bushy Builder.
I'll put the stream up in Discord.
I'm not on Bushy Builder, sorry, on the links. On the links. So what's happened here? He's defending.
Are you guys watching the stream or are you in the game?
I'm in the game.
In the game.
Yeah, good stuff.
Because I didn't have a link to your stream quickly.
Oh, okay. Which game?
FAO something.
Ah, yep.
Try and stop this supernatural.
Wanna send me the password?
4, 5, 6, 7,
8. I feel like everybody's just about to jump in the game now.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the password.
So what are we doing? I think of Phoenix players action, or is it? Yeah, Phoenix players action. Crab's passed.
Crab is passed. Yep.
So, obviously, he'd probably like to defend this because he's got not a lot in his, like he's got nothing in his discard pile except a K-Day.
Yeah, and he's not looking to discard. He's not actively wanting to get what's currently on the city into the bin yet.
No, he needs to just keep fishing for Shichos.
See, all right, so far we've got a double bonsai on that envoy, which has allowed him to defend
breaking. Don't know what. If he's thinking about trying supernatural again.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, he would have to have another one in hand.
Ooh, no, he just passed.
He's playing a Selmore.
Oh, he's playing IMS.
Yeah.
City of the Rich Frog died.
There you go. He's playing Bird out of IMS. That's.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the reason for IMS is. Unless he's planning on just honouring all his characters. Or...
Well, he runs a couple of Ben 10's touches, 3 court games, so he has got plenty of ways of honouring.
And obviously hitting the firing. He's also not running. He's running 3 obs for his. Appears to be running 3 obs for his big characters rather than.
Yep. Yeah, he's running 3 guards, 3 K-Days.
Yeah.
3
So-
fearsome mystics. He's definitely loading up on both fearsome mystic and Inferno Guard Invoker are non-unique, so he'll be able to load those onto the board.
Okay.
I think 3K times Kaede is brave.
Well, but the thing with Kaede though is if you can get her, and then because she comes in with a fate, you can then
Maybe
use
give her.
more. Duplicate.
Maybe give her
Yeah.
more.
And then if you get her on it, then using the box to just pump is
She can
not a
be
bad plan.
surprisingly punishing, particularly with the 3 glory and the box if you get her on it as well.
Yeah, and he's not running Retired of the Brotherhood, so he can't miss with anything like that.
Yeah, and if you manage to get a Cloak of the Night on her as well, then that's a monster on both sides.
And she does become, enormous. Right, so he's going Dreamer, and he hasn't got a bump on this Dreamer.
That's an odd choice.
Must have something. Yeah, we go. That is the fan. Yep.
Seems okay.
Crab player's already hit a keeper, and the air ring hasn't been contested yet.
He's also got 2 holdings in his bin already from his stronghold. So that'll be nice with some rebuilds.
Yeah, especially Kaio Forges is not bad as well if he wants to put it back in and then dig for something.
So he is pretty much the whole of the wall, I believe. No, he's only running 5.
Strength of My Ancestors on the Ethereal Dreamer.
Yeah.
That'll be why, because that's the skill. Ethereal Dreamer is going to become a 3/4.
3/4, yep.
Versus 2.
Yeah.
And he will try and stop that.
Yeah. And he will give up some honor to cancel it.
Interesting that the Phoenix player wasn't too bothered about trying to get that off.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
I mean, I guess his Ethereal Dream is going home straight, so he can just come again.
Yeah. Or is he going to want to defend against this Kaio?
Elegant Tessons, that's such a good card.
it's got some real value.
I love attachments that you can't react to.
It's a straighten and it's +1/+1.
Yep, and if Mark of Shame taught us anything, it's that putting reactions on attachments is a good idea.
Or a bad one. I'm gonna do this, and you can't stop me.
And you can't stop it. There's literally nothing you can do. That's right.
Oh,
I like things in this game with no counterplay. That's a very good hit.
Gardens with the Caillou Envoy with political. So he's still one off actually breaking. Still waiting on whether or not the Dreamer decides to go in. If he wins with the air ring, he's going to get the back. So keeper.
Which will be pretty valuable. It looks like
Well, considering most of the dudes are going to be leaving play, but he's going to be drawing cards and getting fate off the 2 envoys.
And the Phoenix player is running 3 Censures, so getting the favor off him
probably going to be most
actually quite important.
Incredibly important. Which could also
very
be
important.
Could be another reason for IMS, just favor control.
Yeah, it could be. Think.
Oh no! Yeah, Phoenix player can't win. Doesn't
Phoenix player is not playing Display of Power either, so he cannot claim this ring unless he defends. So if he doesn't defend, Crab will get the favor.
Even if he defends
On
and
political,
wins,
what's What's he going to
He'd need to drop a character with glory into play in order to get the favour.
I suppose if he's got a air card, he might be able to just bow the envoy.
No, he's already used Uona this turn.
Oh, okay.
Used it to bow the skirmisher in the first conflict.
Right. Yeah, losing Manicu with the library on it's not going to be fun, especially if they also get the initiate off it.
But
Well, he
did
could
get
break
two
it if
fate. So
yeah.
he doesn't actually have anything really he can put in. He's got 2 Tadaka. Yeah. And 1 Scavenger. Solving the Scavenger, so that's got a dash political, can't get into the conflict.
And he's going to put his Cooney Lab in so he can get the pump to break it, which thought might happen.
Which is very unfortunate for our Phoenix player here.
Yeah, that's 2 breaks on turn 1.
Crab player is
And the crab player's going to have 5 fate walking out the end of this turn.
And the crab player's got their Iron Mine as well, so they can also keep that giant Kaiba if they want.
Yeah, if they want to.
For an extra turn.
Yeah.
I suppose there's no reason not to.
There's probably not a lot of reason not to. They're going to get one of them going away this turn for fate and a card, which is still
and
quite
the reason
good.
you might not is if you wanted to save it for someone else, but with the rebuilds, that shouldn't really be much of a problem.
And this is all also saying that he's actually managed to get, Caillou, the where is it here? The Northern Carpenter Wall. I mean, unfortunately, it's on City of the Rich Frog, but next to the other coal wall on the province over. So that's at least a +2.
I actually think
7.
I think Phoenix should be going for Butcher of the Fallen here. I feel like Butcher of the Fallen is going to be a key card for the crab player going forward in this matchup.
I agree. I just wonder if he's worried about the Caillou Wall there and having to discard cards and
he
potentially
shouldn't
get over province.
Well, at this stage of the turn, he's probably used up most of the actual useful cards from his hand.
Yeah, I'd say he may not have a way of getting over the top of it either.
But the other thing is, if he's going for the Midnight Rebels, it could be because he wants to get rid of that Iron Mine.
But at the moment, I mean, as we were saying,
I don't think the Iron Mine has any value at the moment.
No, I don't. Not necessarily saying it does, but
there we go.
So he's going to Forebearers Kaede in. Still not breaking.
You have to have a bonsai. Is he running bonsai? Yeah, he's running bonsai or another supernatural.
Both players have managed to burn their hands quite heavily.
Yeah. And
the Phoenix player is also completely out of fate. So
it's gone quite well for the crab player, though.
I think that's definitely a very strong position for the crab player after the first turn.
Absolutely.
His board's been wiped, but I mean that's what he was planning on anyway. So, or at least looks what he was planning on.
He's lost Kaede to the bottom. He doesn't look like he's got a Haughty Magistrate going into the discard pile for Forebearers, but there's not a lot else going in.
Yeah, Haughty Magistrate might have been, like, if he'd bought it this turn, he might have been able to cheat a province. Particularly now that he's actually got Oana honoured.
Yeah, I think the crab saved Caillou Envoy as we expected. He'll probably keep Butcher the Fallen and possibly even Student of Anatomies. He may just keep both of those. City of the Rich Frog won't refill unless he gets rid of all of it anyway.
I think he should refill City of the Rich Frog because he can find another Student of Anatomies in the deck.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 others, so I think that's good. Although Student is very good in this particular matchup. I think Butcher the Fallen is also very good.
I
Oh,
think they're
yeah.
both very good, but I think he's more interested in keeping the Caillou Wall on
And
City
he's
of the Rich Frog.
decided to keep
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I mean, worst case, he'd rebuild it back, but I think he'd rather save his rebuilds for, say, his Iron Mine, his
Flips a Gallant
laboratories.
Quartermaster. Good. So I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get the Butcher of the Fallen.
I think that'd be his choice. Phoenix, on the other hand,
Otherwise-
choosing to buy the Adept. I think he's probably feeling he doesn't have the
for a
fate to buy his other boys.
Yeah.
Gallant Quartermaster first purchase for the Crab.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a Way of the Crab coming.
You got to threaten
Pretty-
Way of the Crab, right?
Yeah,
Even if you don't have it.
true.
The way the Crab's super valuable at the moment.
That's a reason just to even just put a cheeky one of in your deck, especially when you have open deck lists.
Particularly when you've got open deck lists.
Just to scare. He is running two-way, the Crab, so
Phoenix is down to one fate. He's definitely going to pass, but
he was not just buying Butcher of the Fallen.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Given how much fate he's got, I would have expected that to be the first buy, but we don't know what's in his hand.
no. First buy with a Gallant Quartermaster is a good play for making the Phoenix
Fine
play
with that.
buy
Oh,
someone
no,
that you don't
I-
want.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I'm still just wondering. Although I guess Student of Enemies can then blank one of the Phoenix characters.
And effectively
With
get
deck.
back most of its cost.
Yeah, I think you but who do you blank? Do you blank against Adept of the Waves to cut the covert out, or are you more worried about your owner?
Crab player has passed and not bought the Butcher of the Fallen.
Plenty more turns in this game.
That is
Yeah.
true.
We don't know what's under there. It could be he might be happy for them to attack it.
Yeah, it could be
Especially
bait.
the Cold War on there's actually got +2 province strength as well.
Hmm.
I mean, assume he's still got a shameful display under one of those two provinces. Will be fertile fields.
Would be under the other. So, assuming that Cooney Wasteland is under the box.
Land is under the box.
Oh yeah, I don't see why it would be any of the other options, but
Yeah, I believe from memory that last time he was running.
So Conan, what do you think about him not buying the Haughty Magistrate? You think there's
I don't know. I think it's a bad play. I don't know what's in his hand, obviously, but I don't know whether he was worried about fate. I feel like he was worried about fate and just wanted to get as many bodies as he could on the board.
yes?
That's obviously what his play is at the moment. Same reason he didn't buy the Inferno Guard. I assume he wants Inferno Guard just to go to the discard pile and then cheat it in.
Oh, the only other thing I can think of is he's attacking with a Wona with water, so he immediately gets to just
Gets the double value off Tsuki and
and
Adept, yeah.
she gets to honor herself, which then gives him more options. Potentially, if he's got Cloak of Night sitting in his hand as well. There's some.
Now, has he given you owner? Yeah, so he's given you owner the covert.
Yeah.
I'd say he just coverts out Caillou Envoy here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
and then bows it out seems pretty reasonable.
And then he's going at Cooney Labs.
Well, let's just
Interesting.
get extra force on the table, force and political. He probably also
Obviously,
break.
we're about to find out what's under Cooney Labs.
Well, he doesn't want to hit Midnight Rebels.
It's shameful.
So that's probably then a Gallant Quartermaster going in, I guess.
Gallant, or you could use the
Student, yeah. Either way, it's still just a 1.
The Crab player is playing a Display of Power. He could not defend, play the Display of Power, and bow the Adept of Waves.
That is also an option.
That is a possibility, but he would be giving up Shameful Display.
I don't know that Shameful Display is going to give you anything really great right now.
Well, if the only force pumps he's going to have are from his box or Cloak of Night, then you
Takes them away.
yeah. Plus, you get to keep the force bonuses from the CUNY lab. He's gone in for
Yeah,
the
I feel like defending here is the correct thing to do. I feel like he's only running one display of power, and he'll get other opportunities to use it.
Mhm.
and possibly ones that are going to be more
Better.
valuable.
Yeah.
He's clearly hoarding that 7 fate for reasons.
He feels he can have a better turn later.
I reckon there might even be a Tadaka coming out onto the
Ooh.
Student of Anatomies.
Okay, so he's just blanked you owner.
Seems pretty solid.
I mean, that was probably one of the other outs for Phoenix.
To put Haughty Magistrate in, so that's why he didn't buy it.
So he's managed to. Well, there we go.
Yep.
Phoenix spends his last 2 fate to get a Haughty Magistrate out of the discard pile with 4 Bear's Echoes.
So now he'll be breaking, and Student of Anatomies will be contributing nothing.
Except Shameful, yeah. Shameful, you might as well just honour Student and dishonour Owner, and then there's only 2 force left.
Or even maybe disarm the Haughty. He hasn't used the box yet, so
He won't use the box because
unless he needs it.
at the moment, Owner and Magistrate both contribute because they both have the same glory.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. If he uses it on
If he
Haughty.
uses it on the Haughty, then it will take
Owner
Owner out of the battle.
that point.
He could use it on Owner. I think he's pretty safe that the Crab player is not going to increase his glory.
Mm.
Unless he's got a Tadaka. If the Crab player has a Tadaka in hand, that could be, and he could play it over the top of Student Anatomies, which has already used its ability. So that would be quite a good play.
I think with 9 fate though, surely you just hard cast Tadaka.
You could just hard cast Tadaka. Could.
And he's got plenty of ammunition for it now in the discard pile.
He's chosen to dishonor Haughty Magistrate. Okay.
Well, that way, if the box increases Haughty Magistrate, it's even worse.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think he will be boxing Haughty Magistrate here, unless, of course, it could be a setup that he is going to play Tadaka and he doesn't want Magistrate to go over the top.
I think if you were going to play Tadaka, you would have done it before you used Shameful Display.
Yeah.
Unless he's going to Tadaka on Student of Anatomies, and therefore he's going to have the honor token anyway.
Yeah,
True.
maybe.
Oh no!
Pass, it's a pass, and none of that is happening.
Conjecture out the window.
I am going to suggest maybe he doesn't have a Tadaka.
Either that, or he's just using it for a stand. But then
Maybe.
he could just play it as a separate character.
He definitely could. He definitely has the fate.
There we
If
go.
not, he's going to Elegant Tessin. So
Fans for days.
again, great
Elegant
attachment there. Now, what's the Phoenix player got left in his row is the question. He would have Sampuku Sato, and I'm going to suggest maybe Shameful, or would he be running Frostbitten on his Stronghold?
Frostbitten on the Stronghold is actually okay.
That's good.
Yeah. I wonder whether or not the reason why I didn't buy the Butcher was because he...
And that answers that question.
Yep, Shameful in row.
Which means he will be running Frostbitten on his box, and the other face down will be Sampuku Sato.
Yep. That's probably the reason why he really needs to defend and keep the Shameful up.
He's still got his box available. He will Shameful to honor Adept of the Waves.
Yes.
That will allow him to get another +2 off his box if he wants to.
But
the cheapest option, but also maybe not the.
and he's got another conflict left, so he might want to save box for pumping Tsuki.
Yeah, because you have no idea. I mean, it's either Rich Frog, he needs to get to 7, so Box is still not going to get Tsuko.
No,
Actually-
Box would win him this conflict at this point.
Yeah, I probably preferred to do that and not lose Iona.
Oh, he's way of the crabbed.
Grabbed.
Way of the crab. There we go. What does the
Surely,
Phoenix play get rid of?
surely it's Uona.
Yeah.
I think you own up. You can get rid of Adept unless you're worried about him drop bearing into the battle.
No,
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 see,
he's
if
got
you
rid of
get rid of
Uona.
if you get rid of Adept, because you're on the defense, you'll lose your province is gone.
Oh yeah, he way the crabbed the other guy, of course.
And, got an extra fate and drew a card off it, so. Best.
And he has used his box, so I think that's not too bad.
Keeping Shameful alive. Not having to play the.
And there's his Tadaka. I knew he had it. I knew it.
Yeah, that's why you said,
why
and I
that's why I
quote,
have
I'm going to
non-fate."
suggest he doesn't have a Tadaka.
I would have played Tadaka much earlier.
I'm with you. I definitely would have as well.
But I guess he's going on because he's already broken 2 provinces. He's going on more of an aggressive route.
Or maybe he just didn't want to use Tadaka if he didn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's-
he's
it's
not,
like,
he
all
lost
right.
a province, but this is him taking a province potentially.
and when you're breaking their 3rd province compared to them breaking your 1st, I'd say you're in a pretty good position.
Yeah, that's true.
Tadaka's going to do really well for Cerberus here. Really well.
hmm
How many characters has he got in his discard pile? He's got 5, but that's a keeper initiate as well, so he probably
got
won't
4.
burn more than 4 of them. Which will look at half of
He's got 6 technically.
Genese's hand. 6?
He's also got
No.
a skirmisher.
No, it specifies.
No,
Dynasty discard.
it's Dynasty discard pile. So I think he has 4 that he will be able to use. Because I don't think he'll ditch his keeper initiate.
No, I don't see why he would. It's not worth it just
Oh,
to take 1 extra card.
No, half the hand will be quite good.
So he uses it.
What do you want
Yep,
to get
and
rid
he's
of?
done it.
Echoes? Storm? Ancestor's Strength? It's not really great right now.
I think he may just be doing it for the information, honestly.
Mm.
Information and grab a card.
Cloak of
I
Night?
think
Yep.
he gets rid of maybe Tadaka.
He got rid of Cloak.
Got rid of Cloak, did he?
Yeah, Cloak.
Yeah.
Cloak would have put him back into losing,
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
would have been +3 glory.
and then stops
That's another
other
character.
plays from his hand. Ooh, court games. Now he's.
That's
well-
all right. Oh no, sorry, Cerebus played that one.
And then he's answered with another court games.
That's always what happens.
That's what they're for,
Like, I'm-
right?
So's my
You may
opponent.
as well just hand each other your games at the start of the game and discard them.
Yep.
And then play the rest of your deck.
See, that becomes more a case rather than doing the trade. It's who gets it and who doesn't.
Yeah. Can't remember the last time I played against my opponent or they play against me and I just go, well, play mine. We're back to where we were.
Yeah, just that
No,
snap
I
response.
find that my opponent will play theirs in response to mine, but I don't always have it when they play one.
Fair enough.
So Cerberus has won that conflict. He did not break Shameful Display, but he will get to void
Suki.
Suki. So she's got 1 more fate on her still.
But it does leave him open with his political
with-
conflict.
Yeah, that's
True, he has still got 2 fate left if he is holding the 1 copy of Display Power that he's got.
Or
Can
or-
play it.
He could
Or-
also be holding his one of assassination.
but
Absolutely could be.
but he has also got one military conflict left, which is
So again, could be an against the waves in his. Oh no, sorry, he's not running against the waves.
could be another skirmisher he's got in his hand.
He could have a wandering mediator. Just drop it in.
Or Nazumi Infiltrator. Really could have, you know.
Well, that's an interesting choice.
He's running 11 conflict characters.
Yep.
I think we, yeah.
The student of anatomy is just wandering around court with one fan in each hand,
Yeah,
one Tessin.
Well, that's all his Tessens.
It's summer in Rokugan and it's hot on the wall.
That said, I mean, as we've
And he's
mentioned
just
a couple
fanning
of
off those
times already,
abilities.
Oh,
Tessin is a really good card. This also
So
brings him up to
he's-
3 military, enough to break Shameful.
Phoenix has just broken Midnight Rebels, but Student of Anatomies is straight and ready to go again.
And the
So I
Phoenix
think
player has
break-
no fate, so this is pretty freely a run at Shameful.
Yep.
And I would suggest this will easily just break.
Yeah, look, I'm
Crab will
looking,
break Shameful here.
Putting
through
him on,
Phoenix player's deck, and there's
Slayer.
literally nothing in the conflict deck that can stop this.
Nope. Well, he has no fate, so there's nothing he's going to be
Yeah,
able to do here.
Given
This will
that,
be.
there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Yep. He's going
This is
to
interesting. So he's attacking air, which will get him a keeper initiate.
And will guarantee him favor.
He'll get the favor anyway. He'll keep the favor. He's already got it. So
That's true.
attack into Stronghold next turn.
just an
He may
extra
be wanting
body,
to
I think.
switch it to military.
I'd have thought fire might not have been bad to dishonor Suki, maybe, if he's going to attack, but he's gone air and broken Shameful.
So he'll gain back his fate, get his keeper.
Yep.
Get the, keep the favor.
Question is he going to switch it to military?
I reckon.
I reckon so.
Attack on it. It's probably no bad idea.
And what do you reckon? He gets rid of his Northern Carpenter Wall.
So he has swapped it to military, the favor.
That would probably be.
Carpenter Wall should possibly go away, so he can refill that
Yeah.
province, but he
As
hasn't.
soon as he buys the Butcher of the Fallen, it's pretty much no defense for the Phoenix player.
And the
That
Phoenix
said,
player has flipped no one with any military skill.
Yep. And that said, the crab player is out of way. The crab's having just discarded his second one to that Earthring last turn.
So Butcher of the Fallen, right? Butcher of the Fallen is face down provinces you control. Number of unbroken provinces.
Unbroken. So
Yep. So
three currently.
You needed a four.
three currently. The Phoenix player has no characters coming out. Four are printed military, so he'll be 100% relying on having something in his hand.
Well, he needs a four bears.
Does
He's already
not
two.
look good.
There's
Does
no
not look good for Phoenix.
there's no movement, I think, in the Phoenix deck. So pretty much if it can't get to 3 strength,
No, it's got to be 4. 'cause
It's got to be printed.
Is
And it's
it printed?
greater than the number. Yeah.
Butcher of the Fallen requires printed.
And he's bought the Butcher of the Fallen with one fate. He's going in for the coup de grace.
Yeah, so just to clarify, Butcher of the Fallen says when this character is attacking, characters with printed military skill X or less cannot be declared as defenders. Where X is the number of unbroken provinces. So any military skill of 3 or less printed cannot be defended.
It's an absolute
And
monster. I feel like it should have been like
Less than X.
either equal or less, or doesn't include the box, the stronghold.
Well, it is currently equal or less. So
Or maybe not printed. Maybe allow people to pump to get there.
there are clouds. Hang on, there are clouds
Yeah,
in.
sorry, yes.
Oh yes, you can cloud. It doesn't say no
course.
attachments. It's not that broken.
So yeah. It's just if they can keep five provinces unbroken, he's just kind of just destroy.
Yes, other butchers will be able to defend.
We'll have a butcher off.
Yes.
I assume this is going to be frostbitten under the stronghold,
Right.
which is going to do very little here.
Can't be anything else because
Yep.
Sato cannot be put
cannot be
on the
stronghold.
box.
He's totally hacked Jingoku. That's how he plans to win.
So I don't see what the Phoenix player can do here unless he's holding a Tadaka.
And that's going to basically...
Probably
tap.
not going to be enough. Or he's holding other forebearers. He could potentially put his Inferno Guard Invoker in and honor it, which would be quite good.
Yep. I mean, we'll get it to 7 and then box for 9.
Let's see how much. Does the crab go all in on this battle? I feel like he should.
Yeah, not necessarily the Gallant Quartermaster. There's no reason to attack with that.
Quartermaster, but I think everything else, everything that's contributing there, you may as well send, which he looks to be doing.
Going Quartermaster just...
In fact, even may as well throw in the Gallant Quartermaster if he's got a rebuild in hand. Oh, I suppose he's just going to sack it to the Funeral Pyre anyway.
Frostbitten can knock off 2. He's attacking with 16 military.
2 force off the Tessans. I think
Honestly, it's
going to be pretty rough.
So 14.
the only attachments more worth knocking off are Watch Commanders and Fine Katanas.
So assuming that he's got nothing to help him and he can get the Inferno Guardian honored and boxed, he can stop the break. But that's assuming your opponent has got nothing else.
Oh, he's got a Tadaka. Well, that turns off the ability to bring Inferno Guard Invoker in because he doesn't have any fate left for it.
Yay. I mean, it was unlikely because he's already used 2 of his echoes.
If he can honor Tadaka and box and storm.
The question is Cerebus going to sack a dude to blank Tadaka, or let Geneza look at his hand?
Well, you could sack the Quartermaster. Blank Tadaka is probably not a bad idea.
And then sack the Initiate to draw a card.
Yep.
Either or, right?
Either way, I think it's not too bad.
And still have 6 fate, which seems pretty good to me.
Because he has to blank the Tadaka before he uses it.
Yeah.
And he's done that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's correct.
It also gives him more ammunition, well, some ammunition for his own Tadaka.
No.
Yes, it does.
So maybe he does sack the Initiate as well, so he can look at 2.
So he can look at 2.
Benton's.
Yep. Well, he hadn't played any yet.
Think.
So that gets him to 9. That's not enough.
Yeah, I think he passes at the moment. Makes Geneza
play more things.
Actually play enough to get there. But he can box and he can frostbitten.
Well, currently it's not.
To get enough to hold.
Yeah, so it's still breaking.
Preferably, he'd probably not want to frostbitten if he can help it.
He'll want to try and draw more out. But he's got 10 cards in hand, so he's probably, I would say he's probably holding maybe a Supernatural or, there you go, Natural.
Regardless of anything else, though, with the Frostbitten, it's going to hit a maximum, I should think, of maybe 3 points.
He'll be spreading it out. It out. So I can't imagine he's going to get more than a couple of points of military out of the Frostbitten. To play something.
Yeah, so if you're Phoenix at the moment, you probably don't put any more into the... there it is, Watch Commander.
Seems a little late.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess frostbitten though, right?
Yeah, but at the same stage,
he's still not breaking. Needs one more for the break.
Just let him play cards until you have to.
Does he have another rebuild for Cooney Lab? Because that would be probably... He's got 2 Cooney Labs. That would be quite good if he did.
Yeah, one Supernatural Storm left for Phoenix.
Okay, so he used Tadaka and he got rid of Essentia, which is
Which was a blank card.
basically blank anyway.
Yep, that's not helpful to him. Was pretty unlucky.
Ganeza's just going to keep passing and waiting for him to actually threaten a break.
That Forges is still open, right? Sorry, the Funeral Pyre.
Yeah,
Yes.
Funeral Pyre.
The Funeral Pyre is still open.
Here we go.
Oh, time Infiltrator and
Effectively 2.
lowering the province strength.
So we only
Now
need
he's breaking.
he only needs to win by 5 now,
He's
and
breaking.
yet he's winning by 6.
And he's pulled the trigger on Frostbitten. Worrying sign for the Phoenix player if that was his choice.
That said, it was still 2 points that he didn't have to play a card for.
Yes. Although I do not think he will be worried about Watch Commander at this point. I think he will just
I'm
be
not
playing
even thinking
whatever he wants.
Yeah,
There
I'm
we go.
And there it goes down. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that had he not used Frostbitten, that Fine Katana would have ended up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that said, Cerebus has.
Yeah,
Just-
he's
it's-
gone Supernatural again.
So I
there we
feel
go.
like
Was that all his
this one fate on Ganeza's side is actually really important, right? Because if he wins this conflict, he still needs to counterattack.
Hmm.
Yep.
I think there could very well be another Cloak of Night. If he plays the Cloak of Night, then he's not going to have the fate for a strong enough counterattack.
Well, he's got Suki.
So she
Suki
could
is
attack
on
water, right? Yeah.
She could attack water. She's not getting anything out of water. She's already honored, and neither of the other characters are scholars. So what's happened there? He's attached another Fine Katana. Does Ganeza have anything else?
I feel like this one fate, like he's avoiding spending this one fate. That's what it feels like to me.
I'm hoping that he's got a Cloak of Night.
He lost one earlier.
Oh. Sloven v Scavenger.
Oh, that feels desperate.
Oof.
If that's what you're saving your one fate for.
Yeah, it's like he's not even going to get his ability
So I
off.
say Fate 4, but what you've been forced to use it on.
Can he hold it? Surely, if Cerberus has nothing else, he will sack his
Yeah, he'll sack something for a card draw, right?
Yeah, I would assume he's probably his keeper initiate.
Yeah, that'd be where I'd go.
Or even the student. It makes no difference between the two.
Well, it just means that if
Bring it back again this turn.
Yep.
Yep.
there we go.
And there he goes.
Oh,
Yep.
this is maybe top deck material here.
I'm going to suggest that he possibly didn't. He wouldn't have had anything in the other 4 probably. So did he
Yeah.
draw what he needed?
He needs a +2, right? So it's like a
He
sword.
doesn't have it.
Oh,
He
he
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
it. Phoenix holds. Sovereignly Scavenger saves the day. And he's useless because he didn't win the conflict. So
This is why
You know
crowd
what? I
hate
wouldn't say
goblins.
useless. Definitely wouldn't say useless there, because saving that break means he hasn't lost the game.
Oh no! It's very important.
So
Best-
it's Suki
best
on water now, right? Suki on water
I don't
against.
think Suki does not. Yeah, water just so he can straighten Tadaka
Tadaka, yes.
and
Suki,
go
water
again.
political.
So
Hasn't got any straight in here. He could be in a little bit of trouble depending on what pumps. Here because he will need to pump to get either of these 2 provinces.
what's the face down province?
That it will probably be Fertile Field. unless he's running at Cooney Wasteland there. But I think Cooney will be under his box, so I think it'll be Fertile Fields, and it would be 6 Province Strength wall there.
So there actually is Straighten still in the Crab player's deck. He's still got Common Cause.
He does. So if he's holding Common Cause, that's going to help him a lot. If not, we'll see how we go. But see if the Phoenix player's got 7.
I mean, we haven't seen a Common Cause out of Crab yet, so he has at least one.
So maybe there isn't any more pump available, and he's just using the water and hitting
to have another crack,
and then having a safe run frog.
So what happens if Phoenix? What happens if Crab has display of power here?
Then
I chuckle.
If he's got straight,
it's
well,
a
then
one-off, and if he has it, it's pretty much.
He's in the second half of his deck now, so there's a decent chance he might have it. Does he have it? Yes, he does.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's a problem.
I mean, in a 6 strength 6 political Tadaka, going up against 6 province strength.
I feel like, and
There's the
nope,
GG.
that's it. GG, display of power wins the day. What a fair and reasonable card.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if, can you imagine if that was the card that he drew off like Funeral Pyre? Oh, hang on. Hang on. What's going on?
He thinks that maybe
he might have a court games.
He might have a court games.
And then assuming that the Crab player doesn't also have.
Yep.
Oh, Cerebus said he's happy to continue. The conceit
have a look.
was not hit, so the game isn't
He must
technically
have
over.
Something got no fate.
Yes.
Let's do the last attack.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to run him on clock. I don't know.
I don't know. He might just be looking to just play the game out. Just
Well, a court games does do it.
Court games would do it if he didn't have an alternative.
And his opponent doesn't have one as well.
That's true, and his opponent doesn't have a censure, which he could also have.
But you would have thought that censure would have been used on the.
No censures are available. Cerebus doesn't have any in his deck.
Oh, he's not running censure. That's correct. No, the Phoenix
censure.
player has censure.
Phoenix player doesn't have the favor.
That's correct. So I think only a court games is the only thing that could actually save him here. That's free.
Court games without a response.
And he's passed and passed. What is?
Well, they haven't initiated the conflict yet.
Yeah, sorry, they're passing the conflict phase.
Yeah, he's currently declaring a political void. That box.
That's the right choice.
Yep. So I think, as I said, I think Court Games is the only free card in the Phoenix deck that could.
There it is. There's the Court Games.
Yep.
Hold it.
I called it free even GG'd.
And we all agreed with you for certain when he said, wait, let's do
Wait,
it.
yeah.
Hang on, I'm not doomed yet.
He heard me.
He just needs +1,
counter.
right? +1?
He needs +1.
No, he needs a +2.
Is it back to
Yeah, sorry. You're right. Because the Nezumi was only the last one.
He has another Nezumi Infiltrator, but he would have played it last. So, yep, there he goes. Court Games, and that is GG.
That
will be game.
Yeah.
Okay,
there we go. Good game. As we mentioned before, all court games are immediately counted
by another Court Games.
So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to both players for playing a very, very tight match, and thanks to the organisers for the event. It's a lot of fun. Should we see if there's another game going on?
I think we should. So just to summarise that, so that is England taking a third game against Germany to make it 3-3, which means that they will have a very, very tense last game coming up.
All right, I'm going to restart the stream If we do find another game, for those of you that want to join us, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next game.